Hey everyone, I wanted to do a special video to talk specifically about opening up your mind. A friend of mine called me like a few weeks ago after I put out the video of Isaiah and I, and she had a few questions about the video, and it made me think about what people go through when they're exposed to things that they've never heard before. And it made me think about myself and the things that I went through in order to open up my own mind. You need to check your ego. You just need to be aware of the fact that you have an ego, and you need to be aware of what effect it has on you. Your ego is the story that you tell yourself about yourself. So your ego is like the idea that you have about who you are, and what it is, who it is you're supposed to be. Your ego will tell you things like, you know everything. Your ego wants to be special. So it will tell you stories about why you are special. And there's nothing wrong with being special, but the thing is, in order to be special, there has to be someone who isn't so special. So then you have to decide who it is you are more special than. You are special, but you aren't special because someone else isn't special. And that's pretty much the part that your ego leaves out. Rid yourself of judgments. I was watching a video of Eckhart Tolle, and he was talking about, he mentioned that your thoughts are relative and your judgments are just perspectives. And it really resonated with me. Your judgments are pretty much a description of the lenses or the veil in which you see the world. That doesn't necessarily mean that your judgment is correct. It's correct for you. In order to rid yourself of judgment, you've got to first stop judging yourself. And that's a really big part about becoming open. If you are judging yourself, if you hate yourself, it's going to be nearly impossible to not hate everyone around you. Practice silence. If you can learn to be slow to speak, then it gives you an opportunity to be open to the messages that are around you, and trust your intuition. We all have an intuition. It's kind of like an internal compass. Really, my intuition just helps me to identify things that I know are true. When you open up your mind, you have to abandon your old way of thinking. Then you will get more in touch with your intuition, because you'll finally be in a place where you can hear it. Face your fears. When you face your fears, it will cause you to become vulnerable. You have to become vulnerable in order to face your fears. And when you overcome those fears, then you become less judgmental. And once you become less judgmental, then your ego begins to shrink. And once your ego begins to shrink, the more open you become, your mind becomes open, your heart will definitely become more open. Have compassion. Whatever you want to give to someone else, you have to first gift to yourself. So if you want to extend more compassion to others, you have to first be compassionate to yourself. Being more compassionate will incline you to acknowledge your heart and do what your heart tells you to do, as opposed to what your mind tells you to do. And it'll just put you in a space of love. You know, whenever you want to judge someone, or whenever you want to judge yourself, you know, when you have compassion, it inclines you to just turn to love, to be more fluid. So if you want an open mind and an open heart, you need to be more fluid, to be like water. Um, Water can occupy pretty much any space. Water flows, it changes forms. What you want to avoid is being rigid. If you are rigid, you can completely forget about having an open mind and having an open heart. Because if you are rigid,
it's like good energy out here, man. This shit feel like real good, man. Like, this was therapeutic. I really need to come out here. Nice. Taking in the peace and tranquility. Just want to let everybody know, we're coming into a new understanding, a new way of seeing things. We are truly in a time where the goal is to usher in heaven on earth. Everybody should be going through the ascension process, just at different speeds and intervals. The new paradigm is love, divine love. The only way we are gonna ascend into new dimensions and new understandings is that we have to open up our hearts to divine love. Not intimate love, but divine love, godly love. Everything has to be heart-centered. Heart-based. The new paradigm is no longer based on the mind and the logic. It's based on the heart. Heart's logic. Heart is an center of intelligence, just like the brain. It was always recognized as such. So we've gotten away from that. We need to get back to the heart versus the mind all the time. Just out here, soaking up the good vibration. A little bit overwhelmed by the energy out here. Doing a little sun gazing, which is good for you. This is the best time to do it, early in the morning. You can look directly into the sun.